In a serene mountain valley surrounded by tall peaks and glowing skies, an old sage with a long white beard and kind eyes sits cross-legged on the soft green grass. His traditional white robes and green vest reflect wisdom and simplicity. Two young boys sit on either side of him, listening with curiosity and intensity. One boy, wearing a blue shirt and brown pants, appears deep in thought, his hand resting under his chin. The other, dressed in a bright yellow shirt and blue jeans, looks excited, as though he's just discovered something new. Both are about to embark on a journey of understanding. Behind the trio, the scene is divided into two distinct paths. On the left side, there's a narrow, steep trail leading up the rocky slope of a mountain. A wooden sign stands next to it, clearly marked "Hard Work." Just a few steps up this path, a boy with a backpack is seen climbing, wiping sweat from his brow, pushing forward with determination. Farther up, a small wooden hut can be seen nestled into the side of the mountain. It looks modest but sturdy, a reward for persistent effort. On the right side, the path is gentler, winding smoothly through a shaded forest. It leads to a calm, open space under a large tree. A sign nearby reads, "Smart Work." Here, a young man sits comfortably at a small wooden desk, working on a laptop. A solar panel lies nearby, providing energy. His backpack is open, revealing books and tools neatly arranged. He's working, but without exhaustion. Efficiency and thoughtfulness define his approach. Between the two paths, the mountain peaks rise dramatically into the sky, symbolizing goals, challenges, and growth. The clouds are tinged with orange and pink, indicating that it's either dawn or dusk, a transitional moment, just like the one the two boys are experiencing. The old sage gestures gently with one hand toward the boy on his left, and with the other hand toward the scene on the right. He explains, "Both paths lead to the top of the mountain, but the way you choose to walk determines the experience. Hard work builds strength and endurance. Smart work teaches you to think differently, to use your resources wisely. But remember, smart work without effort is laziness. Hard work without planning is blindness. The key is to balance the two." The boys listen closely, eyes wide with understanding. This is not just a lesson about work. It's a lesson about life, choices, and how one path does not necessarily cancel out the other. As they look toward the diverging roads, the background is filled with birds flying high and wind gently swaying the trees. Nature, as always, observing in quiet agreement. In the heart of a quiet valley, where sunlight seeps gently through misty clouds and birds sing in harmony with the rustling trees, an elderly sage sits beneath a tall banyan tree. The scene radiates peace and wisdom. The sage, wrapped in a pale beige robe and resting against the tree's massive trunk, holds a wooden staff in one hand. His eyes are calm, thoughtful, the kind of gaze that sees beyond the surface. Two young boys sit in front of him, both around 10 years old, their faces filled with curiosity and the kind of confusion that comes when one stands at a crossroads. The setting is naturally divided by the two paths stretching out behind the sage, symbolizing life choices. On the left, the trail is steep and winding, paved with uneven stones. This path is marked by a worn wooden sign that reads "Hard Work" in bold letters. A few feet along the trail, a young traveler with a heavy backpack trudges up, his clothes soaked in sweat, his face determined but weary. The terrain is rough. Thick vines and thorny bushes line the edges, and the sun beats down on him harshly. Yet, in the distance, high atop the hill, a solid, rustic home awaits, small but well-built, glowing in golden sunlight. It's the reward for persistence, grit, and unyielding effort. On the right side, the second path is smoother, laid with stone tiles and shaded by tall trees. A wooden sign at its entrance reads, "Smart Work." A little way in, under a leafy canopy, another young boy walks briskly with a map in one hand and a tablet in the other. He stops briefly to read a shortcut sign pointing through a clearing, smiles, and confidently continues. Along this route, clever solutions abound. A pulley bridge over a stream, signs guiding the way, and rest stops with fresh water. Farther ahead, under a cozy shelter, a man with a sleek laptop is seen conducting his work while enjoying the view. He seems productive and peaceful, making the most of his surroundings with efficiency and minimal strain. The sage, seeing the puzzled expressions on the two boys, begins to speak in a calm, slow voice. Some believe only in pushing forward with all their strength, while others rely too much on ease and shortcuts. True wisdom lies in knowing when to whir